What's up, guys? Just stepped out of office to chat a little bit. This week, my roommate and I have been chasing a real estate deal, personal real estate investment deal. It's a warehouse in Massachusetts. And in going through this process, both of us want to be real estate investors. I've realized that working a job has been the best part and the most valuable learning experience of this entrepreneurial journey. And this has been the toughest realization for me to come across and the toughest pill to swallow. To give some context, I work at a company that owns 1,300 different real estate buildings across the US, and my goal is to build my own version of that company, to be a real estate, commercial real estate, specifically investor. And so this was a hard realization for me to come across and accept, because when I first started work, I couldn't draw the association between working a job and my own entrepreneurial ventures. I saw them as two very different things, and the time that I was spending at work to detract away from the entrepreneurial stuff that I wanted to do. So later in the video, I'll share how I eventually got over that. But to share a little bit about what's going on right now, we're underwriting this $4 million acquisition of a warehouse building in Massachusetts. And in going through that process, I've felt very confident in every step of the way, in underwriting the deal, talking to brokers, interviewing the seller. And I realize I am able to have that confidence because in the last 16 months that I've been working full-time, the job, I've been able to get the guidance of a mentor that's guided me every step of the way, taught me things that I don't know, and given me almost the instructions to operate the handbook on how to invest in real estate. And that mentor is the job that I work at, the company that I work for. And I view that way because every day I go to the office, go to work, and I work on deals that directly teach me things that are applicable to real estate investing. It's things that directly tie into the things I would need to do if I was to go out and invest in real estate myself. And so in going through this exercise, it's been a test of my readiness to go out and pursue real estate deals. I'm not 100% there yet. I'm very honest with myself, but I believe I've built a strong foundation where I can go out and actually chase deals with, a partner, my roommate. I made a video about testing yourself a while ago, and it kind of is that exemplification of why it's so important to test yourself. So go check that video out. This is especially true of working, getting your reps in a field like finance, private equity, hedge funds, any investment type position, because the industry is not going to take you seriously unless you have experience. Let me share something that I see from the inside, the inner workings of the company. I work on a team that handles the disposition of buildings, the sale of buildings. So we interact with buyers all the time. When we market a building for sale and we interview potential buyers, if they don't have a strong reputation of closing on transactions, we will not pick them. If they don't have a history of, deals, if they're a new company, chances are we will not pick them unless they're overpaying in price and they're highest bidder. And I share that to say, I think early on in my entrepreneurial journey, it was all about, man, I need to get out as soon as possible. I want to start investing in real estate as soon as possible. I want to start my own business as soon as possible. Not realizing that there's a lot of groundwork and foundation to lay. Let me give you another example. As part of this process, I've been speaking with brokers. And I just spoke with one yesterday, actually. And we were speaking, I was asking him questions about the deal, about the market. And we're about 10 minutes in and he stops me, he says, pause. Henry, you sound like you can do the talk. What do you do? What's your experience? And it was an exemplification for me of, you need to build trust. You need to demonstrate your reputation. You need to demonstrate your skill set to the people in this industry, or else it's going to be a tough time making deals happen for you. A really good example I like to think about in this industry, it's an example as it relates to the real estate industry, is hindrance. This is previous head of acquisitions at Blackstone. Earlier this year, he started his own company, and for his first real estate fund, he raised $1 billion. Now, TBD on how those real estate investments materialize, but it's such a strong amplification of the message that when you build a strong reputation, people gravitate towards you and trust you to take on these projects, these investments. He's built an incredible career at Blackstone. People in the industry know him and are willing to now work with him directly. And so on how you can change it, this was super hard for me because, like I mentioned before, I was unwilling to accept the connection between a job and my own future entrepreneurial ventures. And I think for entrepreneurs, this is just gonna be hard because I think a lot of this comes down to mindset. It's such an intangible thing to switch over on. We're so used to like getting hands-on, like fixing the problem ourselves, and this intangible thing is such a hard switch. But I think for me, what helped was realizing what was causing that. And for me, it was two main things. One, it's because of the instant gratification. It felt like if I could go out and start my own business, I would achieve immediate results. Whether or not that's true and whether or not that happens is up for debate, but that's what the mind thinks. If I can just jump out now, start a business, man, tomorrow I can start seeing results of, may not be making money, but I can see results of the work that I'm putting in. And I failed to kind of see that in the work that I do. Now that I think about it, in work every day, I'm doing modeling, market research, talking to brokers, a ton of lease negotiation, all stuff that's super relevant to what I'm eventually going to do. And if it's something else for you, like if it's being like a marketing professional, the day-to-day that you do at your marketing firm, thinking about, you know, what's going to resonate with people, what's a trend to pick up on, all of that stuff is going to be relevant when you start your own marketing agency. And making that connection helped a lot. Reason two for me was I didn't feel like my work translated into meaningful advances in my entrepreneurial journey, meaning I viewed my work as a hindrance. I couldn't associate everything that I was learning, the new skills, the new ways of analyzing real estate that I was picking up, those benefits. I wasn't associating those benefits to the entrepreneurial side of things. But the reality is that it does. And let me give you an example. This was a friend, and it's an example, and it's really the straw that broke the camel's back for me, that really pushed me over the edge to make this realization. My friend's in the industry but for about 4 years, so a little bit longer than me, and this year he brought in a deal, if I'm remembering correctly, it's about $500 million data center deal. It's at least in the multi-$100 million, I don't remember the exact number, and he brought that to his company as a 4th year at the company. And so you're trying to tell me someone like that, who's built this relationship capital, who's built the ability to pitch deals, who's built the ability to analyze deals, is worse off than someone that just jumps out, goes and takes a course taught by some guru on single family investing, small multifamily investing? Hard for me to believe so. And it's okay if doing small single family deals or small multifamily deals is all that you want to do. It's okay if you just want your passive income to exceed your expenses. But I think most of you guys watching this video want something greater than that. And that's why I encourage you to work for somebody else before working for yourself. All right, fellas, that's what we're thinking about week of October 29th, 16 months into full-time. We're about to hit a busy 3 weeks going into Thanksgiving. I'm going to Boston tomorrow, Houston, then Boston again to tour our potential investment property, then to West Virginia, and then back to Houston for Thanksgiving. And in between then, taking a few deals to committee, gonna present those. But you can see we are halfway to the holiday season. If you guys made it this far, thank you guys for making this such a cool little thing that I'm doing. Follow along. I'm going to continue sharing my journey to becoming a real estate investor and the day-to-day that I do here working in real estate asset management. Catch you guys on the flip.